Okay, cool. Instagram. Okay. I got some millennials. And what's that? The Gen Z. I feel sorry for the Gen Z though. With all of this stuff with the trying to make this whole gender neutral stuff, which flies in the face of science and math, right? And it's anyway, yeah. So let me see here. Let's go on down here and going down here, and then I'm gonna bless the chat real quick, and then we're gonna get started with the first video, and that's gonna be with the mother and the sister talking. Mother and sister talking. And like I said, we agreed that we accept information from the family, the father's interview, the mother and sister's interview, and most things that happen in the front part when people were reporting the facts, right? So all this new information, that's how we know that we don't accept that. And Karen says, yes, she does. Okay. I'm messing up in here. All right, so let's see here. Micah says, there is something weird going on. Anytime I say anything about the petition or where people can go find it, it gets erased. I had to misspell the word. Okay, let's see here how we can do that. Email it to me, Micah. Let me put my email again here in the chat. Email it to sorry. All around natural beauty at gmail.com. Let me see, did I spell that right? All right, there we go. All right, email it to me, Micah. And then too, y'all, we were saying we wanted to do something for Shanquilla's birthday on January the 9th. We can pick a time. We can, come together. Of course, I'll be here and all that good stuff. Let's see here. Jennifer, new subscriber. Thank you, Jennifer. Welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty RN channel. And Tamika says, hit the like button, everyone. Yeah, the likes are getting there. But I could use more. All right. Karen says, is that related to all kinds of personal information being available to the public? The Patriot app? Okay. What's up, Geraldo? Okay. Here we go. So I'm about to get started here since we got enough folks up in here. We have been reading our Acts of Faith by Yana Van Zet. Book was copywritten in 1993. It's daily meditations for people of color. And we have been building ourselves up, strengthening ourselves with our daily Acts of Faith. So, all right, so January the 5th just says stop. And nobody, no quote or nothing like that, just stop. All right, then Iana says, most of us know exactly what it is that creates the pain, confusion, stagnation, and disruption in our lives. Whether it is a habit, behavior, relationship, or fear, we know. Unfortunately, we seem powerless to stop whatever it is. Sometimes we believe we don't have the discipline or willpower to stop. The behavior becomes so habitual, we do it without thinking. Other times we know exactly what it is and what we do, but we simply keep doing it anyway. We are the only ones responsible for what goes on in our lives. We can make excuses and blame others, but we are responsible to and for ourselves. When we find something or someone creating in our lives that which we do not want, we must muster the courage and strength to stop it. Today, I use my power to stop what I know is no longer good for me. Excellent acts of faith. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right. And to that, we're going to get into our first video, which is from Hell of a Chick. And we've seen a lot of her stuff. This one here is newer, came out 2 days ago. And it is, let me share screen here. It is a video of the recording from an interview that the mother and the sister did. And why I'm interested in this is because of the date. And A Hell of a Chick did a great job at editing it by identifying who the voices are when the people are talking. So pay attention to the screen here. Here we go. She's so fine. Hell, blows my mind.
What's good, guys? Today is Tuesday, January the 3rd, 2023. This video will be regarding the Shanquella Robinson case. And specifically, I wanted to cover this interview that Shanquella Robinson's mother and sister, Miss Salamondra Robinson and Miss Quilla Long, did with Power 98 out of Charlotte. And they did this interview on November the 17th with Miss Jessica. Afternoon Vibes with Miss Jessica. And I think it's important to go back to this interview because they discuss a lot of facts in this case. And we need to stick with these facts. Now, granted, did they learn some things after this point? Yes, I'm sure they did. But this is the rough part of when this first happened. These are some of the raw interviews that they did with the news media and specifically the local media. And I think it's important to go back and listen to this. So I wanted to cover this on the channel because I hadn't heard it, to be quite honest with you. And so I wasn't aware if anyone else had heard it. And so they were speaking very candidly, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut right on into it. So let's listen.
Power 98 show is plugged for new hip hop and R&B. Miss Jessica, the girl next door, as this story has made headlines all across the nation, and it's happened right here in our town of Charlotte, North Carolina. So, of course, we had to reach out. I am honored to have the mother and sister of Shanquilla Robinson on the line, Miss Long and Miss Robinson. Hello, how are you all doing?
Good. How are you?
Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to speak to all of our listeners about what is going on. There are a lot of different stories, so we want to be able to come to you all and get the facts. Can you all tell us, how did this start and what is going on when you first got this phone call?
I was here watching TV and I got a call. I'm not sure the time. It had to be about 5:30, 6 o'clock over here in Charlotte. They stated that my sister wasn't feeling well.
All right, so y'all heard that. She said around 5:30 or 6 o'clock. And other thing I want to point out too is that, okay, so she's telling her story. That's how you can tell when someone's telling the truth. She said around 5:30, 6 o'clock, right? When we heard Nazir to tell his version of the details, most, the people, when they're telling lies, they come up with some weird hours. It was 3:16, and because it was a bird that was flying when we was driving down, and at that time, yeah. So listen to how people tell the stories, and that's another clue on how you can tell when people lie, right? How they telling the story. Like she's just telling the story. I don't know. Remember, between 5:30 and 6, right? Not. It was 5:32 and 20 seconds. Boop. At the tone, the time will be.
She had been throwing up. That she's rested now. They said the person that called her said that she was laying down, and at that time we took it as if she just had a hangover. They're out partying. They're on vacation. Mm-hmm. She just feeling bad from drinking. Just a little hangover or whatever. Mm-hmm. So we got off the phone. After that, some moments later, I don't even think it was 30 minutes, he called back and said that they were trying to resuscitate her, and then it was 3.
All right. So if he called between 5:30 and 6 p.m., right? And then the sister said it wasn't even 30 minutes later. He called back, and now there's ambulance, all this stuff, right? But so if Mexico is on the Pacific Coast time, right? And Charlotte is Central or East. Anyway, so if it was 6 p.m. here, anyway, I'm not going to even try to do all that with the timeline, but I'm pointing out the lies in there, right? Because the doctor was supposed to have been there working for this whole hour and stuff, right? First, it was the nurse. Nazir said nurse, right? So there more lies there. So here we go. Here, listen here. She said not even 30 minutes later, dude calls back with all this new news that there's 3 paramedics and they working on Shanquilla, and she's out. And then too, y'all just know that there's never going to be a time that if your loved one is in the emergency, that the doctors aren't going to be speaking to the family, right? They're going to talk to the family. They're not talking to friends. They won't talk to the family. We need to speak to the next of kin. They never even notified the family. They had to find out. They had to look. The dad had to Google.
3 ambulances there, 3 medics there.
3 medics.
We just kind of held the phone. He said that they had him got all of them standing outside the house, so he really couldn't tell us what was going on. It went from that till she had passed.
And so when you get the news that she had passed, who did that news come from? The person that was calling you?
The person that was calling us, yes.
At that moment, I can't even.
So I just find it how they're not using the names here. And then this interview came out November 17th. So listen to how they're cautious about the wording, right? With that, they never said the name. They're not saying the name. They haven't said the name. We didn't start hearing the name. I just heard this interview yesterday, but I'm just noticing that in this interview, I don't remember hearing her say the name.
Even begin to imagine what is going through your head to find out that your loved one has passed away and they're in Mexico. A lot of people are talking about friends. Who were these people to Shanquella?
They were all people that she went to college with, Winston-Salem.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know none of them that was on the trip with her. Nothing but one fella.
One fella. All right. And they've identified this one fella as Kylie.
And that was supposed to be her closest friend. He's close with the family. He's been on family trips. He's always around. He's always with her.
That's why I'm saying, y'all, be aware of these people that have infiltrated into your families. Know what that feels like, especially if you are doing better than that person. Be aware that that's placing them at a high potential to be jealous and envious of you. So you have to be aware of that.
That's the one that we got the phone call from, telling us about what transpired. Yeah. The other people we didn't know. We just know she attended school with them.
So you get the phone call that she had passed away. When does it turn to, hold on, something is not right?
I think maybe the next day, I guess, because it really kind of settled in then. Mm-hmm. At first, we were kind of at ease because he was someone that we trusted. We wouldn't take him to be as dirty as he is. That makes sense to you. So I would say probably the next day we started feeling different about it.
Right? See there? Feeling. Right? They felt something wasn't right. This doesn't add up. They haven't even seen them yet, right? They just going by what they felt on the phone. Like, this don't feel right. How come I can't talk to my baby? Well, can I talk to the doctor? Hey, well, what about the ambulance? Hey, anybody there? Can I speak to somebody? Let me speak to somebody. So for all those people that was out there talking about, I would have demanded that I spoke to the doctor. There was no doctor to speak to. They telling these people lies. Y'all stop judging these family members.
About what he was telling us. Because by then we started getting phone calls from people here saying that they was over there fighting her. The girls was jumping on her. After getting that information, we questioned him, and he stuck to alcohol. He said that's what the medics told him.
And how the medics telling you any type of diagnosis, huh? How the medics telling you that? They ain't telling you that on the first day. The medics ain't telling you nothing. That's not their job. They wouldn't have had a diagnosis for Shanquella. They couldn't have made one.
So eventually it went from alcohol till they was fighting her when we asked them about the fighting, it went from alcohol to they wasn't fighting her. Nobody was fighting her to they did fight her, but then he wasn't there. He wasn't in the room. He don't know nothing about it.
Wow. Okay. So I missed that. He admitted to they were fighting her, right? Okay. So there's more evidence there. He already admitted that they were fighting her, but he wasn't there, right? But we know that Nazir already used that alibi. I wasn't there, right? Now here he is trying to say he wasn't there when we then made him as the person that was holding the camera talking about, Quilla, can you at least fight back? How the hell you wasn't there?
At the fight, when he got back, the fight was over with. But now we got a video that surfaced, showing that they was fighting and showing that he's in the room, letting them, attack her.
So let's talk about this video. Do you know who released this video to the public?
I don't know who released the video. No.
You received phone calls from other people saying that the girls that were on this trip were fighting Shanquella. So that leads me to believe that this video was sent out showing people in this fight.
Way before we seen it. It's been out for days now.
Wow.
I mean, weeks. Well,
Wait a
weeks,
minute.
yeah.
Okay. Now this here was done November 17th. And they said the video had already been out for days, weeks. So that means that the Cabo 6 came back like nothing happened for weeks. For weeks, y'all. And that's why they deserve to get the same charges as the person that pulled the trigger. And that's why we ain't got to lie on them to try to plant no evidence or try to change up the story. They already are conspirators. Y'all legal people out there, help me out. They done broke some laws over here. Just like if a group of people, if the Cabo 6 robbed a bank and one person took a strap and smoked somebody there, everybody there is going to get that rap.
We're just now seeing it. So it's been out for a while, because I even had somebody inbox me saying that
it's been out for a while. Multiple people had saw it. Finally, people started talking about it. But it had been out for a while. We don't even know. It could have been viral, one of them little world stars or something. But just shows that somebody saw that and saw what happened and was okay with it.
Telling me that video been out for a while. And it's got to be another part to the video.
Another part to the video, not another video. So when people say there is a second or third video that shows Winter picking Shanquella up by the neck, which we saw was broken off of her body, and body slam her, we know that that's a lie. That's a lie. When they are talking about a second video, we can make a mathematical solution to say that the video that we saw captured someone with white fingernails holding a phone and videotaping it. So that would qualify as a second video. Not with all these other freaky sightings and stuff. Winter picked up wings and, come on now. Too much.
That haven't surfaced yet, but I'm sure it's coming.
So you see this video and you now see that the young man that has been calling you, telling you what's going on, that he has been lying, that he was actually in the room, he did witness the fight. Do you then reach back out to him?
I tried calling him because I was livid.
Mm-hmm.
That video did something to me because all of them, they standing there and then my sister sleeps naked. So they had to wake up out of sleep.
All right. My sister sleeps naked. This was back in November, y'all, when we heard the family, we heard the mother, the sister, and the father all say that Shanquilla was naked during the attack. So when you come over here and you tell me that she had on some nude color biker shorts, a nude color tight outfit, I'm going to tell you to make like a tree and leave. Leave with your pack of lies. We already know the beginning part of the evidence said that she was attacked in the nude. So why would you believe it when they tell you now, months later, that Shanquilla was dressed and then redressed and moved around? Come on now. That's why it's important to stick to the facts.
As you can see, the girl that was attacking her had her pajamas on. So, and to see him in there and to know that, I immediately called him. But of course, he's not answering his phone. He's in the hiding now.
So the last time that you talked to him was the next day after he told you that she had passed away.
We talked to him for a couple of days because he came over here to the house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he came here. And the girls came to the house too.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Wow. All right. Y'all see that? Look at the people. These are the people that came to the house, right? This was the wicked voice you heard on there. Quilla, can you at least fight back? And what do you mean by at least? What does that mean? Huh? Did y'all tell Quilla what you was getting ready to do to her? What her fate was going to be? Can you at least fight back? What that mean? And how could you go to the family's house and look those people in the face knowing what you did, what you saw, what you allowed and made happen? You guys were all in on it.
Two of the girls came to the house and we asked them the same questions about the fighting part. And all of them denied. It was no fight. Nobody was fighting. I think they came home on a Monday or the Sunday or Monday, but the girls came, they all came maybe a Tuesday or Wednesday up here to the house. And I think later on that week is when we actually got the information from the coroner that her death had nothing to do with alcohol.
All right, she said coroner's death, right? And that's going to be a death certificate. The mom said the coroner's death, right? And now now we can take that. Like I said, all we are concerned about is the cause of death. It doesn't matter if the information came from a death certificate or an autopsy report. The cause of death is severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, which we saw.
Spoken to them since this video dropped?
No, we hadn't spoken to them before the video. It was just that one time that they came by. They came over here and gave us hugs.
Wow.
You know?
That's some cold-blooded stuff. And that's why I'm saying that they're all responsible. Right? Because if you were scared, I'm gonna say I was scared, right? I'm scared because I just saw what they just did to Shanquilla. I don't want none of that, right? Oh, hold on, I got a cough. Woo. I just, you just saw what Dejanay just did in 27 seconds to Shanquilla, like, I don't want none of that, maybe, you know. But what about when you got back home? Right? But you continued in it. You went over there with the perpetrator. You went over there to the family and lied to them. So that's why, right? So we don't need to make up stories about what they did in Mexico.
You know why this argument and this fight broke out?
I do not know, and I don't understand why, because the girl that was attacking her, it was her birthday. They're celebrating her birthday. So I don't know what could have transpired from Friday night from a video that my sister put up on her Instagram. She was having a good time. It seemed to be all right. To that morning, that had to be Saturday morning, that they was in there fighting her. This girl stands about 6 feet 6'1".
Wow. 6 feet 6'1". 6 feet 6'1". What kind of pleasure you get out of
sister's about 5'1", 5'2"?
beating someone who's 5'1" or 5'2"? You're 6 feet 6'1".
100 pounds.
As this story has come out, we have heard about the people that were there on this trip with Shanquella Robinson. One of those males has gone on Instagram Live and shared his story.
We've seen him.
Have you all spoken to that male?
We have talked to him, but he said that his flight got there. I think he got there after everything transpired, which I don't know how sure that I'm not positive on how accurate that is, if he even telling the truth at this point. But he has been more willing to speak to us than the other ones, because after that night that they came over, we hadn't heard anything else from them. But also, he knew that she had been jumped on, and he never mentioned that. And my mom means by that, because she had a knot on her head, her eyes are swollen, lips are split. I don't know why he would even think it was alcohol poisoning. After looking at her, even if he walked into it, he had to know it was something different. Then they said she had a broken neck, so I don't know how you not see that something was going on with her neck. I had someone text me something about him, and I was like, you're talking to the wrong people. Go and tell the cops what you know.
Interesting.
You're on live for. Somebody need to stand up for. They know what happened. Everyone that was there know what happened. Even if you came in that situation late, you know what happened, because after it happened, they had to sit together and try to figure out what they can tell or what they can say happened, and they went to alcohol poisoning.
A lot of people are talking about this situation, and they're just...
Jasmine says that was Malik saying Shanquella fight back. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you.
Shocked by the fact that they left Shanquella in Mexico.
We're not too much sure about the timeline on that, because from what I'm thinking, I know they tried to come home early. Whether or not they did, I don't know. Because once it happened, I got the young man that called us that's supposed to be my friend. He said that he's going to come on home. But when he actually came home, I don't know. So if they didn't come home on a regular time, which should have been that Monday, they came home Sunday. They was trying to get out of there early.
Now that you all actually have proof that there was a physical assault, and now you have a video to back that up, now what is going on with this case?
Now everybody is involved. So it just pretty much...
She said everybody's involved. Now everybody's involved.
Sitting back and letting them do their job.
Sitting back and letting them do their job. And that's why we are here, not trying to harass the family, not trying to get attention there, but standing together for justice for Shanquella Robinson.
And and try to be patient about it.
Now that we actually have a video of a physical assault, and now that it has been proven that there were lies about it, has there been any talk about making an arrest?
They haven't spoken with us about that, but there's a couple people that we are scared to talk to coming up this following week. So I guess they'll just give us more information on it. But believe me, they're on it.
I know that there are lots of posts on social media about making phone calls to different people and making sure that we stay on their necks about getting justice for your daughter and your sister. What is your message to the public, and what is it that you would like for us to do?
Continue to do what they're doing. Make the phone calls.
Y'all hear that? They say they want us to continue doing what we're doing.
people are asking to make.
Make the phone calls, right?
And keep praying for us, because this is something that we log on and seeing her that video. That's something that takes a toll on us.
Yeah.
It definitely takes a toll on me.
We talking about how it's been taking a toll on us. What about the family, right?
I'm going to have to actually delete the video, because every time I see it, I'm livid. I'm mad about it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sitting there thinking, I'm wishing I was there with her. I'm hurt. I'm hurt because I can't believe I'm more hurt. I can't believe that they had to go there. I don't know if this was premeditated. Did they plan this? And I could imagine how she felt to be standing there naked, and you got people videoing you. You got this big ass girl, she, whatever.
Now, why did she say that? This is November the 17th, right? He, she, whatever, right? Where'd that come from? So when people come over here and they have a problem with people questioning the gender of Dejanay Jackson, I say it's because if it's true that Dejanay Jackson is an XY chromosome, how unfair is that? And for y'all to keep trying to gaslight by saying, oh no, she had a baby, but nobody give no proof for no baby pics. Nobody even say what kind of baby it is. And why did that sister say that?
Kids trying to fight you, and then your best friend sitting there watching. Nobody jumped in to do anything. So either they definitely was planning on to assassinate her character or embarrass her, because if it didn't lead to death, I'm pretty sure they would have came back here and put that video up of that girl jumping on her.
Yeah.
And while she's naked.
Is there anything that you all have heard about this case and you're like, that is absolutely not true?
No, I haven't heard anything.
Okay.
Everything's been pretty much accurate except the alcohol. At first it was alcohol. And even everything about her, everything's been positive, which that is true. So, no.
With that being said, I think it's important hearing from her mother and her sister that you all tell people about Shanquella and the type of person that she was.
Sweet, kind-hearted, intelligent, business-driven. She was beautiful inside and out. I mean, I don't think there's nobody right now to take anything negative about her. Positive individual, respectful, everything good that you can say that was her.
I know that you all are planning on laying her to rest and celebrating her life. Do you all want to give the details about the funeral? Is this going to be open to the public, or?
It's open to the public. It'll be at Macedonia Baptist Church, 1300 Avenue. I'm sorry. Saturday, the wait would be from 11 to 12, and the funeral is from 12 to 1.
Thank you for taking time to speak with me today, taking time to share this story. And it is our prayer that your family receives justice for Shanquella Robinson, and everyone that was involved in this will be held accountable. And please know that not only do you have my support, the support of the people here at Power 98, but you have the world watching right now. And we are all supporting you and lifting you up in prayer. And thank you so much for taking time out of your day to do this.
Yes, yes, yes. And we want to give another shout out to Hell of a Chick for putting that together, for going back and digging in the crates to bring back the original stuff. Like I said, now with all this new information, everybody's getting distracted. Don't be distracted, because you just go back to the beginning. It's just like with math, right? So say you work out your problem and then you check the answer and it's wrong, right? You just go back to the beginning, and you go to what's given. And that's how you find out the unknown. Math and science. Hey, Kitty says hello, Aaron in chat. Hey, Kitty, nice to see you here. All righty. Yo, Kitty. All right, JF's happening out here. Ross says keep our language clean in the chat. Don't forget to like. Thank you very much. Yes, we try to be super clean here. Not have a potty mouth, right? Especially since sometimes the video may put out potty mouth stuff too. So, But in general, I usually don't have a potty mouth. Every once in a while, oh yeah, when those pics first came out, yeah, I was dropping a couple of ones there on them pics, but just little mild ones though. But yeah, I try to keep a clean mouth. Thank you, Rob. Karen says, Rob, absolutely. I'm in Charlotte. You should have heard what the condition of her body was. Ooh, I haven't said anything out of respect for the family. Thank you, Karen. Appreciate that. Yes, and we see from the video the condition of the body. Yeah, I'm going to play next John Q's breakdown. It's going to be just with some still shots, but it's going to show the 20-second video, and we're going to break down and show you when the actual injuries occur. And we know that after receiving an injury, 15 minutes is the life expectancy. So that's why it doesn't matter what they're telling you, all these baloney stories about things that happened hours after the injury was received, because we know that it's that there was no Shanquilla at that time. Jasmine Moon says, Malik said that, but it doesn't matter. Kylie didn't say anything, which makes it worse because that was her best friend. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. Bridget said, all of them need their butts whipped. I'm pissed off. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yep. I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you. Let's see here. We scroll. Ooh. Y'all coming in here with the chat. All right, so I'm going to look around for some new names here. We can. Tamika. You ain't new, but I'm just talking. Tamika says hello to all the new people. Thank you, Tamika, for welcoming the new people to the chat. Please like and subscribe and keep the live circulating. Thank you. All right. Let's see here. Ross says, Karen Brewer, I'm sure they appreciate your tap. I don't doubt you know more than we do because you're right there. The streets do talk. Yes, but we're not listening to the streets. We are sticking with the facts. Do not listen to the streets. Listen to the facts. Stick with the facts. Yep. Jasmine Moon says that, Karen. I agree. Agreed. If you listen to all her interviews, she gives lots of clues. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Stick to the facts, right? We stick it to the facts. They done told us what's going on, right? They done told us and have reassured us that things is getting done. It's being covered. It's being handled. Stay patient, but stay what we're doing here, talking and stuff, keeping it out there. What's up, Darlene? Hey, Darlene. Darlene says, hi. A little confused. When did Kylie admit to them fighting Shanquilla? The story has always been that they denied it. She also states this in the same interview. Did the sister misspeak? Misspeak? No, we'll go back to it. We will go back. All right, let's see here. I think we'll go right up in there. Let's see.
They came home Sunday. They was trying to get out of there early.
Now that you all actually have proof that there was a physical assault, and now you have a video to back that up, now what is going on with this case?
Now everybody is involved, so it's just pretty much us sitting back and letting them do their job, and and try to be patient about it.
Now that we actually have a video of a physical assault, and now that it has been proven that there were lies about it, has there been any talk about making an arrest?
They haven't spoken with us about that, but there's a couple people that we are scheduled to talk to coming up this following week. So I guess they'll just give us more. I think he got there after everything transpired, which I don't know how sure that I'm not. He came here, and the girls came to the house too. Two of the girls came to the house, and we asked them the same questions about the fighting part.
Wait. Did y'all hear that? She said two of the girls came. 2 other girls came, and then she says he, she, right? These are clues, y'all. They know this already. They know this already. Wow.
Nobody, all of them denied. It was no fight. Nobody was fighting. I think they came home on a Monday or the Sunday or Monday, but the girls came. They all came maybe a Tuesday or Wednesday up here to the house. And I think later on that week is when we actually got the information from the coroner that her death had nothing to do with alcohol.
Have you spoken to them since this video dropped?
No, we hadn't spoken to them before the video. It was just that one time that they came by. They came over here and gave us hugs, you know?
Do you know why this argument and this fight broke out?
I do not know, and I don't understand why, because the girl that was attacking her, it was her birthday. They celebrating her birthday. So I don't know what could have transpired from Friday night from a video that my sister put up on her Instagram. She was having a good time. It seemed to be all right. To that morning, that had to be Saturday morning, that they was in there fighting her. This girl stands about 6 feet, 6'1".
Wow.
My sister's about 5'1", 5'2".
Oops. Okay. All right. So, did we hear the part? Let me see. The story has always been they denied it. Right. So I'm just saying that here was a kind of a lost video. So the story that we had heard that they denied it. When did we hear that? I don't know, but I'm not going to say that the sister misspoke. No way. And especially why would we doubt the family here when they have nothing to lie about? We already heard Kylie tell a lie, so why is it hard to believe that Kylie would tell a lie now? Why would we immediately go to doubt the family? Right? Why would we go doubt the family and blame the family, y'all? This is how they train you. They condition us to do this, so we attack the victims and we keep the victims silent. Why we want to say that the family misspoke when Kylie and Nazir, they all over there committing these acts and then come back over here and lie on the videos? We've heard nothing but lies from them. Why would the sister lie? What would she have to gain out of that? They need to be questioned, period. Then you will get the truth. It's from Bridget. Hey, Riley. Dang, she's 6'1". Yeah, exactly. I'm pounding on a little lady. Shame on her. Jasmine Moon says Kylie never admitted he fought her. He disappeared when the video autopsy came out. Now I got to go back and listen to it again. Wait a minute. I don't care about what Kylie said. Let's see here. JP6 says, this is why I have no sympathy for these guys. I would have told it all. I don't want that on my conscience. Exactly. Yeah. Unless you was, in agreement with it. Janice says, Atla Jessica, it hit local Charlotte news between, I think, as early as the 7th and televised on the 10th as a hood journalist. Oh, okay. I think he started do his research and got word on the curve. Oh, okay. Thank you, Janice. Yeah, because I didn't hear anything about it until I want to say November the 22nd or 23rd. Yeah. Yep, I was late to it, or the word hadn't traveled out. I'm grateful that it did, because can you imagine if they, nobody would know about it, right? Nobody would know, and they could just blend in and just move on. Tina says, I think they should bring all 6 in and question them, and they will get the truth. Right. JP6, I'm sorry, Coffee Girl says JP6, how do they even sleep at night? I know, I agree. Okay, let me see here. New names or welcome back. What's up, Deidre says, not only that, and she wasn't fighting back. How not challenging? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, what do you get out of that? That's just like when I see people abusing kids, right? You know, during the pandemic, it was like a surge of domestic abuse, right? Kids were getting beat, women were getting beaten, unalived. And there was this video. It was hard. It was making me sick to get online. It was posting videos on Facebook and stuff, people all over the world. And there was this guy, and he had the kid was probably looked about 3 years old and was just beating it and grabbed it by its, the child by its leg and was slamming it in front of people. And nobody did anything because I guess, like I said before, people they don't step in when it's domestic violence. They figure like, those your kids, if you want to beat the hell out of your kids, you do it. It was broad daylight. And he unalived that baby in such a vicious way. Vicious. Janice says, this is an interview that definitely has to stay on replay. Yeah, so we can stick to the facts, right? Stick to the facts. You see, baby says, I would take justice on her. Let's see here. Coffee Girl says, from a legal perspective, it's best to arrest one, scare them with the amount of time they get, then offer them a reduced sentence if they say names. They'll tell it all then. Thank you, Coffee Girl. Thank you. Yeah, that helps to know these kind of details from a legal perspective. Let's see here. Bridget says, Nasir is not going to go to the cops until it's an arrest because they could come after him and his family. He's scared. You see that in the video. Exactly. That's why I was telling you. I was like, he looks frightened. He's just he looks frightened. He's not even recognizing that he is contradicting himself in the same video. Yeah, I got there. I went immediately to Quilla, put her on her side. Oh no, Quilla was she was it was in the bathroom where the maid found her. And then we went to the other room and they was talking about cooking. And then I started rubbing Quilla's head. I was playing music and he looked frightened. Yeah. He should have got in front of this. Yep. See, Jasmine Moon says, I couldn't imagine watching that video as her family. Exactly. Yeah. It's hard, it's hard to watch. It really is. Yeah. I can't even watch it as it is. Yeah. And that's why the next video I'm going to show y'all is going to just be still shots, And like I said before, sometimes we have to, watch this because it helps us to stay focused with standing for justice for Shanquella and to also to stay focused on the facts, right? They want us to shy away from the video and stuff because it's ugly. Who wants to see that? But if we start to shy away from it and stop watching it, then it'll be easy for them to introduce these lies and we'll start accepting it, right? Because this sounds like a better, sounds more plausible that the doctor messed up and did CPR on the injured body that the Cabo 6 didn't tell her. But it sounds better to say that Winter, did the finishing blow, right? It sounds better to say this kind of stuff, but that's why we stick to the facts. We stick to the facts. Even if we didn't have the video, the testimony from the family, because they weren't there. They just telling us how they got the news, right? They weren't there. The true facts are the 27-second video that shows the person that they've told us is Dejanay Jackson assaulting the person that they've told us is Shanquella Robinson. Not only assaulting, but unaliving Shanquella Robinson. We saw that. That is the math. We also know what the cause of death is. That's all we need. The rest of the stuff is just ways for them to get us distracted and forgetting the truth. That video makes me cringe. Yeah, because we know the outcome and you feel helpless. Jasmine says, Dejanay death is manly, but the Mexican authorities listed her as a man originally because they said she kept, me. Okay. Taking her wig off and on. Yeah. Okay. So, right. Okay. Okay. Taking a wig on or off is not an indication of a man, right? Mexico listed her as a man, right? And Mexico gave her the charge of femicide, right? So I was curious about what's femicide. I hadn't heard that word. I'm going to admit that I hadn't heard the word femicide before this case. So I was curious about it. I went to look it up because I was wondering too, like, why, what is femicide? What is that? And then too, when people started questioning the gender of Dejanay, it made me think about this, femicide. Merriam-Webster Dictionary. This is a reputable source of information here. Dictionary. Femicide. It's a noun. Plural, femicides. The definition for femicide from the Merriam-Webster Dictionary states the gender-based murder of a woman or girl by a man. That's it. I'm going to read it again because it's so short, just in case somebody missed it. They charged Dejanay Jackson with femicide. They said that, right? Femicide is a noun, plural femicides. The gender-based murder of a woman or girl by a man. That is the definition. That is the definition of femicide. After reading that Merriam-Webster Dictionary definition of femicide, people will come over here and say, but that's not what it means in Mexico, right? I just produced for you all to see the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. It's a dictionary that I know I'm not the only one that know about, right? So these delusional thinking people want me to disregard the definition from the dictionary to believe what they're telling me that Mexico, it means something else, right? Come on now. Come on. So I'll be fair. And I'd like to thank Nerda, who took the time to go ahead and get the information about what does Mexico say about femicide. So here's the information for that. All right, it says, what is the Mexican government definition of femicide? In Mexico, hold on a second. Hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. All right. Sorry, y'all. One moment here. I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay. All right. So let me get back over here. It says, what the Mexican government definition of femicide. It says, in Mexico, the term femicide refers to the murder of a woman because of her gender. This includes cases where the victim is killed because she refused to comply with certain gender roles or expectations, or because she was perceived as a threat to the male perpetrator's sense of power or control. So it sounds like Mexico considers the femicide as the murder of a woman by a male. So that's why people are accusing Dejanay Jackson of being a transgender, because of the charges and because of the visuals we see. And on that, I go here to this. So it's not like I'm just talking here. Like I said before, I have over 30 years of nursing experience, and for nursing, there's, a good amount of anatomy and physiology, and then just basic stuff, right? That we have to look at. We know that if skeletal remains were found in the woods, if skeletal remains were found in the woods, that we can tell from the skeletal remains that we found in the woods if it was skeletal remains of an animal or human. We can tell if there are human skeletal remains if it's the skeletal remains of a female or a male. And the way that we're able to tell these skeletal remains is because the pelvis is different on a female than a male. The reason why the pelvis is different on a female and a male is because females are designed to carry babies. This is an XY chromosome pelvis here. This is a male pelvis. Notice, wait a minute, let me put it over here. Notice, can y'all see my mouse? I don't think y'all able to see my mouse. I need to get some type of mouse something for here. But anyway, I don't know if y'all can see my mouse. I hope y'all can see my mouse. Notice how narrow this is. Look at that. It's not 10 centimeters, so no baby can get out of this area, right? No baby could actually fit in this area. No baby can fit in there. There's no space. Look at this. See these, this here, vertebrae here. Look at this spiny process there. Look how that pokey, ouch, ouch. Look at these harsh angles there. Looky over here. Here is an XX chromosome female pelvis. See, notice the design over here. Notice this big, wide, round, looks like a bucket, right? This big round circle, this here, this is the open, this is how the baby's gonna come out. This is why your cervix dilates 10 centimeters. It has to make 10 centimeters to make this space here. See here? Isn't that nice? The creator is amazing. So we designed that way, these females, right? Look at how smooth the vertebrae are over here. Why? Because the baby's got to be in there. Baby can't be around all this. Look at that. Ouch. Ouch. No, there's no baby over there. See that? All right. So here we go. Female right there. And this is how they're able to tell. This separates us. Not only do the female have this wide pelvis with this big old bucket, and that's because the baby needs to stay in there. If you had a straight pelvis, the baby would fall out. So it's angled with this nice design. Uh-oh. this nice design here so the baby can stay in there. And then also look what the creator did. He put an S shape, or the creator put an S shape in our spine to accommodate this this tilted pelvis, so we don't fall over when we walk if we're pregnant, right? So everything is perfect with science and math. So that's the difference there. I always like to show that. Okay, and then too, before I get to the next video, the reason why people are upset if it's true that Dejanay is an XY chromosome is because this design is going to give a great advantage physically to the species who has a body connected to this foundation, right? Going to be faster because you have a straight pelvis and a straight back, right? Straight back, straight pelvis, curved back, and also a tilted pelvis, right? So you're not going to be fast as somebody like this, right? Because they're going to be walking, moving with the weight coming from the back leg. So that means they can take off and thrust on you. And that's why XX chromosomes are alarmed, right? If these XY chromosomes are walking around pretending to be XX, and then they can all of a sudden put surprise and then unleash this fury with the strength of an XY chromosome, yes, we have a problem with that. And so that's why when people come and say they have concerns, I take the time to show you these things that cannot change. You can take hormones to have fat deposited on your bottom and make it look like a female tush, but it's not going to have the correct shape because of this design, right? If an XY chromosome took the injections to get fat deposited on their bottom, you will notice that the booty will be high. The booty and the hips going to be high. When fat is deposited on a XX chromosome skeleton, this is your foundation, y'all. You can't change this. The booty is going to be low. You're going to see the hips and the booty down low. So if you see some high hips, be suspicious. Be suspicious. All right, here we go. Let me go on back to this here. All right. I am way down on this. Okay, let me get a few more of these here, and then we move on to the next video, which is going to show the injuries. We're going to get back to some more math here. All right, let's see here. Hey, all right. Sharadia Niche says, hey, y'all, so happy to be live with everyone. Justice for Shanquilla. And thank you so much for all your support. You really helped me out a lot. I love your messages and your comments and encouragement. You know, a lot of times I feel like I'm about tired of this. And then, you send your comments and your message and all of your support. Sharadia, Sharad, right? I'm so sorry if I'm butchering up your name, but I do appreciate you. I appreciate you, Ms. Sharadia Niche, for all of your support and your kind words. So much encouragement. Thank you so much. And Baby Sis says, if only we knew the date and location on summons each of the 5 of them got. That would be helpful information, but for some strange reason, nobody is talking about that. Yeah, well, according to the family, we need to let them do their job. Nobody need to be talking about that. Nobody need to be talking about that. Nope, not at all. Why do we need to be talking about that? The law is handling that. The FBI is in control. We don't need to be knowing about none of this stuff here. We need to know that we need to stay focused for justice for Shanquilla Robinson. We need to stay focused on the case, on the information, on the math and science of it. JP6 says, okay, cool, Karen, let's do that. I know what prison I want Dejanay to go to. See, y'all talking about, y'all want him to go to Mexico prison. And my thing is, I showed y'all that video that showed Mexico got their own problem with femicide, y'all. They're not even arresting their own people. What makes you think poor little Mexico gonna take their few little pesos to extradite, prosecute, and imprison 5, 6 Black Americans for unaliving a Black American woman? They don't even give any value to their own women, y'all. We would do better to demand justice right here in the good old US of A so they can get a long sentence. Because y'all know over here in America, they like to give out them long sentences, put people in there for 30, 40, 50, 60 years. No, not even that. They were like 120 years. 3 lives plus 100 years. Ain't that what y'all been hearing, huh? Been sentenced to 3. What that dude, Darrell Brooks, what he got? 1,000 years, right? That's how we get down over here. We need to administer this here justice. We need to administer, especially they talking about that if they say that the Cabo 6 moved the body that they can get 2 to 4 years. What the hell 2 to 4 years gonna do? We need them right here so they can serve the long time. Get that 1,000 years, 2 lives. A life plus 1,000 years. Y'all know how we get down over here in America. That's where the justice need to come from, right here. And that's who owed the justice to us, y'all. Jasmine Moon said they really thought they were some gangsters. Yeah, I guess so. We about to see how can I reach you, okay? Hey, Rebecca, what's going on? Good afternoon, beautiful people. Justice for Shanquilla, justice for Shanquilla. Justice for Shanquilla. Justice for Shanquilla. Yes, thank you so much. All right. Jasmine said, the 2 girls that came were Dejanay and Winter. Oh, okay. Got you. Okay, y'all see, I be looking at all them clues. I'm like, what that mean? What you say about that? Because, words mean something too. So you have to make sure that you're paying attention to the words. What's up, Davy? Davy says, I'm working, but I got you in my ear, RN. And it says, thanks. Justice for Shanquilla. Thank you so much. All right. Yep. Shh, keep it down low. Thank you, Davy. All right. Janice says, at Darlene Richardson, she says he said alcohol, then denied the fight after she asked him. Then he said he wasn't in the room. Okay, that makes sense. So, yeah. And what I'm saying is that let's not get so into dissecting what the family said. They weren't there. They're coming from their emotional place, and they're telling you their experience, what they were doing when they got the information, what was said to them on their recall. Their story is credible. It's credible. We're not trying to pick apart, or what she said between 5 and 5:30 and 6. Did you get the time? No, because honesty, truth is just the truth. Let's see here. Bridget said, yeah, Dejanay and Winter went to the mom's house. Yeah. Baby Sis says they are highly esteemed YouTubers, saying that this is turning into a cold case and it hasn't even been 90 days yet. Toxicology report and requests for phone records can take 5 to 6 months at a time. Thank you, Baby Sis. That's why we're supposed to be patient. Appreciate that. Say, hey, Eric. All right, new name. Welcome, Eric Darden says, I'm not sitting back waiting. Them Idaho folks didn't sit back. They blasted the FBI. Yeah. Good point, Eric. Good point. Yeah. Yeah, that's why we keeping it up. We keeping it up. Yeah. We will. We are. We will continue to even do more too. You're right, Eric. And see, Janice says, then she saw the video and didn't answer since she seen the video. He was answering when he knew she only heard about it. Right. Let's see, facts. Okay. All right. I know these people is getting away from me. Let me poop down here and see some more new names. I love the Shout out the new people. Welcome you to the chat. All right, good measures. Coffee girl, I just wonder how this case will progress. A lot of moving parts. Yes, yes, yes. And Jennifer Smith says, wow, Coffee Girl, a very interesting info. What Coffee Girl said? Okay, Coffee Girl said, in Mexico, femicide, 20 plus years, carries a much higher sentence than homicide, 12 years. Wow. And it's interesting to see that Mexico still has a distinction between femicide and homicide, right? To me, which shows more clues of, why people are questioning that gender. Let's see, Jasmine says the Cabo Six is the most odd group of people I've ever come across. Weird and not in a good way. Yes, good majors. Okay, I read it. My bad. All right, let me see here. Any more newbies popping out here? Or coming back here? See, Good Measures is really talking a lot of stuff here. So Good Measures says, okay, I get it. She's making a correlation biological, theoretically. No, I'm showing you that so when we see the video of the move, so you can see how a female, an XX chromosome moves is different from an XY chromosome. It's because of that design. Because of that tilted pelvis, it makes it so women, XX chromosomes, walk with the weight being on the front leg because we walk with the tilt. And that's why the creator gave us the S shape in our spine for the balance, right? Especially when we have babies. And a way to tell, even if a XX chromosome hasn't had a baby, the abdomen is still not going to be super flat because the pelvis has a tilt. So you can always see the little pooch. That's the other way too. If someone is presenting and saying that they are XX chromosome, if their abdomen is flat from the pelvis, then you know that that is an XY chromosome pelvis. So, okay, here we go. Yep. And so that's why I try to do math and science, because people will have delusional thinking and try to convince you to agree with it. And as a nurse, we are not trained to agree with delusional thinking. We are trained to reorient you back to reality. The reality of if you've got an XY chromosome, you have an XY chromosome skeleton. Because when you're dead and gone and the flesh falls from your bone, what is left is your foundation, and that is your skeleton, which is, at conception, right? Can't get a new skeleton. You can't. You can't. And let's see here. Sylvia says, if Dejanay is a man, how can have a child? Asking for a friend. Like I said, no, people have said that Dejanay has had a child, but no one has been able to prove that, right? And again, I brought out the fact, they say a child. What kind of a child? Is it a little girl, a little boy? Most people, when they've had a baby, they, like, even in the chat, people have been coming up here saying, oh yeah, I have two boys and a girl. Or they'll even, come after me and say, I have two XYs, or, they'll say that. They would indicate what type of child it is. When people are trying to tell you a story, they leave out those little details because they're not thinking that someone's going to want to know what the gender is. And that a normal person who's just telling a truthful story will just give that information unwillingly, because it's nothing to think that you have to support it with a lie. No one has said if she's had a little boy or a little girl. Only the fact that she's had a baby. Where? No proof at all. None. In 2022, 2023, with phone cameras all over your phone, you mean to tell me that one pic of this mystery baby, nobody can put it in a pic? And two, if they saying that Dejanay didn't have this baby, then that means that whoever's in that video committing the act it's the person that Mexico is saying that they are charging with femicide. So, So that's why I'm saying I didn't even be going through all this stuff. Why would I even care about some phony pics that nobody even got the guts to put off in the chat? Because it's none. No one has even said what kind of baby it is. Is this a little boy, little girl? The age or nothing. Whenever we question it or whenever we say, well, put the facts out there, then all of a sudden, nothing. Somebody will come up with the date, but nobody's still able to say what it is because you don't know. Because it's a mystery. No problem. I lived in Mexico for a few years. Right. Let's see here. Let's move on down here. Good Measure says, then again at Sylvia Black, seems like someone said she doesn't have a child, but is good mother of one of Cabo's child. Yeah. I'm just saying that we know what we saw, right? You saw. So I'm pointing out the differences and why we move differently. Like people say, women, we switch when we walk. It's not that we're trying to switch. It's that we are walking with a tilted pelvis and this S shape in our back. And that's just what it looks like because that's how we have to move our hips to make the motion because we balance in a bucket. The tilted pelvis is like a little bucket in there that holds the baby in there, right? That's why we're slower because we wasn't designed to take off with speed and to be strong and all that stuff. We weren't designed for that, So, and that's what I'm saying there. So, Baby Sis says, Coffee Girl, I would like for them to put her in a cage with 4 hungry dongos, Argentinos, doggos, Argentinos. Uh-oh. Yeah, they're going to get their justice. Let's see here. Jennifer says, I think I read she was a godmother. Yeah, I had heard that too, said godmother. But see how story change. That's why I say it's important. Stick to the facts, right? Stick to the facts. All right. Monarch Travel and Entertainment said, happiest of the happiest New Year. Thank you so much, Monarch. Appreciate your comment there. Marie says, we have math and science here. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And that's what we stand on. That's how we know nobody going to be able to fool us and trick us with this ridiculous stuff here. You got to read room before asking something. Let me see. Good Measures. You got to read before asking something. Oh, did they get you in the chat? Yeah. If you put something in the chat that sounds like delusional thinking, for the most part, the mods are going to call you out on it. They're going to want to see some receipts, because around here, we put the receipts in here, right? They don't expect you to figure out the math problem without giving you the problem first, giving you the information that you need, right? So you can't just come over here and say weird stuff and then expect that we're supposed to just believe you when you say that so-and-so has a baby, right? Okay, so let me see. Let me grab a couple of more down here. I'm just kind of skipping around, y'all, so we could keep it moving here. Not a low booty, yeah. That's how we ladies are. I mean, we got a lot of booty. And two, it's just ways to tell. I'm gonna do something here because there was a transgender who admitted to being transgender made a comment on one of my videos. That one video where I really broke down this whole X chromosome thing. I guess there's some, trans people that, felt like, I don't know what the issue is, but I was going to click on their site so we could just see what one looks like. But then never mind, I won't do that because y'all be so sensitive and stuff like that. And I don't have time to blow your nose. See, Deshay says, Eric Darden, are you related to the attorney in the O.J. Simpson case? I know, huh? Let's see here. Good Major says at Jennifer Smith. Oh yeah, thank you. Jennifer Smith is the one who emailed me that the video we just saw. Thank you again. Jennifer Smith, your comment works if you believe she was naked the whole time while medics came. Yeah, I'm discrediting the whole medics coming there and all that stuff. They ain't no medics came there. When we heard the maid said she found her already deceased. And see, Jennifer Smith says, good Majors, we went over this thoroughly in this chat. So many reasons. The main one is that she was unalive in the attack video, only lasted 15 minutes after that. Yep. Let's see, Jennifer says, and the picture was staged. It had already been said that she was found in the last position we saw her in the video. Yep. And that came from Geraldo back in November, before he knew, or before they knew they had to come up with these new stories to match up the lies. Had already, that's why I'm saying it's important to just stick to the truth, because the truth just is. The truth doesn't need explaining. The truth doesn't need any of that stuff. It just is. But when you tell a lie, when your lie is exposed, people try to tell a new lie to cover up the old lie. But your new lie is contradicting your old lie. Just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. Let's see here. Good Major says, I get it, but not everyone watched this channel like that. You said it was fake that her body was moved. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, it was fake. Her body was moved. We just heard here too in the video that the sister said it wasn't even 30 minutes before they called back. That tells me that they in a panic, right? You think they was taking the time to dress the body, and move the body? The body had a head broken off of it. Who got the guts to dress a body with a decapitated head? Who got the guts? They were trying to hurry up and get out of there. Do you know how long that would take? They did not take the time to dress that body, move that body, undress the body, redress the body, move the body again. How much? You're being ridiculous. It's not even worth listening to. Hey, Fortron says 44AK Fortron, AKA